Zayd was a successful businessman who had everything a person could desire. He lived in a grand house, drove the latest cars, and was respected in his community. Yet, despite his wealth and status, he often felt something was missing. He prayed, gave charity, and fulfilled his religious duties, but deep inside, he longed for a stronger connection with Allah. He wanted to feel the peace and fulfillment that true faith brings. One evening, after praying at the mosque, Zayd decided to take a walk home instead of driving. As he strolled through the quiet streets, he noticed an elderly man struggling to carry a heavy bag of groceries. The man paused every few steps, adjusting his grip and wiping his forehead. Without a second thought, Zayd hurried over and said, "Let me help you." The old man looked up at him, surprised but grateful. A warm smile spread across his wrinkled face. "May Allah bless you, my son," he said as he handed over the bag. Zayd carried the groceries with ease and walked alongside the man, listening to him talk about his life. He learned that the man lived alone and found it difficult to run errands at his age. When they reached the man's small home, Zayd placed the bag inside and turned to leave. But before he could step away, the man raised his hands in prayer. "Jazakallah khair, young man. You don't know how much this means to me," he said, his eyes filled with sincerity. Zayd nodded and smiled, but as he walked home, a strange feeling washed over him. It was a sense of peace, a deep contentment he hadn't felt in a long time. The simple act of helping someone had brought him more joy than any business deal or expensive possession ever had. That night, as he lay in bed, he reflected on the moment. He realized that he had spent so much time focusing on grand gestures of charity and major religious obligations that he had overlooked the small, everyday deeds that truly brought blessings. He remembered the words of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who taught that even a smile is a form of charity. Over the next few weeks, Zayd began paying more attention to these small yet meaningful actions. He made it a habit to greet people with warmth, remove harmful objects from pathways, and feed stray animals. He gave water to thirsty workers, spoke kind words to those who were struggling, and made dua for others without them knowing. One particularly hot afternoon, as he was about to enter his office, he saw one of the building's janitors resting against a wall, exhausted from the heat. Without hesitation, Zayd went to a nearby shop, bought a cold bottle of water, and handed it to the worker. The man's face lit up with gratitude, and he thanked Zayd sincerely. As Zayd walked away, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. It was in that moment that he finally understood a beautiful hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are small. He realized that true success was not measured by wealth or achievements but by the small, sincere acts of kindness that brought him closer to Allah. From that day on, Zayd no longer sought happiness in material things. Instead, he focused on the little actions that earned Allah's love. He found joy in serving others, peace in silent acts of kindness, and fulfillment in worship done with sincerity. Every day became an opportunity to do good, no matter how small. Because sometimes, the smallest deeds hold the greatest rewards.